What do y'all what do y'all what do y'all think about this? Let me open up the chat here that I can see what y'all are talking about. I just want to know what y'all think about it. You don't care, this and third. I do have an opinion on this, honestly. But let's watch the clip first. So last night, Fresh and Fit, they one of the things I do like about them, they remind me of early me in work ethic. These days, I look at them and I'm like, shit. I like how the fact that they work all the time. They reminded me when I had zero life and worked all the time. Now, there's a burnout factor that comes with that. It's impossible to keep that up. You've never seen no YouTube vlogger vlog 7 days a week for like 10 straight years. Never happened in the history of YouTube. You get burnt out. We saw Casey Neistat at one point. He said, I'm done with this shit. Robin Atwood, he said, I'm done with this shit. Fousey too. That nigga just went cuckoo. Right? We saw Jake Paul. He said, fuck that shit. I'm about to make music than boxing. Right? Pretty much, it's very tough to do. So, they are working at a very rapid pace. And I do respect them. Now, what they normally do is they'll have like maybe like a solo episode or they'll interview someone right before they have a panel of girls. Apparently last night they were gonna have Asian Doll on, but she came very late, so they started with the panel of girls and she came midway during the show. Okay? Now, I'm gonna try to play some more of this for maybe some context, but I'm not trying to drag this out too much. Essentially, and to give you context, Myron is a law and order type of guy. If you don't know, he's a former federal agent. He used to work with the Department of Homeland Security. If you've ever been around someone who has any military background or any police background, you'll notice something about them. They're very black and white. They're very much about discipline, being on time, being punctual, listening to instructions, and they're very much about order. They're not into chaos. They're not into a bunch of shit like that, right? This podcast is shot at the apartment of Myron, who is the former federal agent. I'm giving you this context because he's about rules. And what I can say about him is that his rules tend to be at everybody. Don't matter who you are. Everybody. I can give you an example. He prides himself on being very tidy. You can imagine a lot of people come in and come out. Cleans everything, cleans all the mics, this and third. The apartment is really fucking clean. But also, he has a rule, no shoes in his place. Now, I've been there with a bunch of celebrities. I've done a lot of podcasts, and they're so great for allowing me to, use their stuff. 6ix9ine walks in. Yo, bro, no shoes. Anybody. Yo, bro, no shoes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's gonna the fact that you're a celebrity or whoever, he's not gonna be like, oh, okay. I think the only person who like wore shoes was like Kodak, but Kodak like literally, and Kodak was like so confused. Kodak was like, huh? But like literally, Kodak, it was like a new pair of shoes that Kodak literally just like put on. You get me? So he got like the pass. But like everybody else, no matter who. You get me? And even then, even that, he's not with it. What I'm only saying that to give you the context of one thing I do know about him is he's universal. He don't only be like, oh, y'all girls got to do that, but the dudes do this. Everybody got to do it. It's his place, his podcast, his outlet, his rules. Okay? Now, one of his rules is when you are at the podcast, he wants to make sure that the audience could hear the conversations happening. they read out rules at the beginning of the shit to whoever's there. Hey, listen, no side conversations, speaking to the mic. Don't be chewing gum. Don't be staring at the screen because you look goofy. Like, they read out a bunch of rules. They're telling you what the fuck it is, right? And I guess I'm saying this because not to shoot him any bail, but this is how he is to everybody, okay? So now let me play the clip. Asian Doll came late and midway through the podcast, right? She shows up midway through the podcast. There was some girls already who were kind of like breaking a bunch of his rules. And Asian Doll came there and the woman continually did it. So at some point, he stopped it. This is what happened then. Wait, what the fuck?
I don't even know who she is, so I don't care. Simple.
Damn.
Guys, sidebar conversations, please.
All right. What about
I've told you this is like this is like the fifth time I've told you that, right?
Yes.
Sixth time.
Like, stop. For real, like, stop.
He mean as fuck.
I'll just keep it real, man.
No,
Like,
but
you
he's cool.
haven't been here, so
I
you
don't
haven't
give a
seen
fuck
it.
about
none of that shit.
Yeah, it's the whole show. Come on.
Yeah, she's been
We
doing
got
it the
you,
whole
got you.
show. I'm not mean as fuck. I just have rules. Simple.
All right, go ahead.
It's podcast.
Damn.
What I look for in a man in
You a
the
mean
club
ass
that's
nigga.
like approaching me.
Hold on. Excuse me?
You mean?
I'm not mean at all.
Okay, I don't care.
Have you been here the whole time?
No.
All right, then. So you don't know what was
I
happening,
don't
right?
give a fuck.
Okay, then. So how you going to come on somebody's show, not know what go down, and say, oh, you're mean?
It don't matter. I can say what I want.
Okay, well, you can get the fuck off the show, too.
I don't give a
Man,
Get off the show,
chill,
too.
man.
What?
Chill out,
Listen,
bro.
don't do my baby like
Nah,
that.
you can go.
Chill, chill. She ain't
I'm
gotta
not
go.
going to come on the platform disrespect.
Nah, chill, bro.
Okay.
She ain't gotta go nowhere.
No, she
chill.
could go.
Chill, bro.
I don't have to.
Chill.
Come on, baby. We don't have to be this
don't
mean.
give
We
a
can
fuck.
all be.
Listen.
Come on.
Chill out, bro.
Let's calm
I'm
down.
sorry.
He's hot. I'm calm.
No, I'm
good.
very calm, but it's like, bro, you got to show a little bit
Okay,
of respect
bro,
on the
it
platform.
It's
is
cool,
respect.
bro.
You talking about some other
Chill.
shit. I say you mean. It is what it is. What the fuck you want me to say?
That's
You
not the truth,
mean,
though.
You mad about I said mean? You grown as hell.
Well,
Yeah, well.
Okay. So earlier on the show,
Fuck.
there's a lot back and forth. So he was just telling her to chill because it was like 5 times he told her to like chill.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay, but I said he mean. Why he want to stop the shit?
Well,
do some dramatic.
because you don't know what was going on.
we are
I
hosting
don't
the show.
know.
It's good, though, bro.
Why,
Hey,
why would
yo.
that piss you off?
Chill, bro. It's
No,
all right. We all right. We good.
He
No,
want a
I mean,
moment. Get it slow.
We good. Let's keep going, bro. We all
I want to
right.
leave.
Let's keep the
No,
baby.
don't
You
leave,
got
please.
I won't.
Please.
Okay, just like from here on out, like please,
on his
one
ass,
at a
he's
time
tripping.
because we're going to the show
we'll
right now,
start
okay?
it over. I
'Cause
promise I won't say nothing. I
This
promise.
is the 5th time. You
Okay.
said that last time.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let's start
Go
it
ahead.
over. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Listen, dude. Don't let them downers fool you.
All right.
Oh, I'm banned
Super
now?
chats and then
That's-
we'll
Nah.
do,
I'm just talking in general. Don't get
the
me beat
calculator.
up. But
No, we'll end the show after this.
After this, okay, cool.
Yeah, 20 and up.
Netty pot.
Daddy pot for tomorrow
That's
morning.
messed up.
I need
Thank
one.
you.
Venmo me or send it to me via Uber Eats. Thanks. Bye.
All right, we got Dixie Normus.
Thank you.
10 bucks says, girl, 2 away from Myron is Freshina. Okay. We got DJ says, Dan, when Asian Lo sat down, shimmy, all other girls look busted. You up? All right, later. All right, girl 2 away from Myron is Freshina. Okay, cool. And then we got some one in the back.
They can't even pay attention to the damn screen.
Damn. Cool. So we're gonna end this show here shortly. And Chris.
I'm a huge fan.
Chris. Let's close up.
Yeah, good decision to roll out Asian. Don't come on someone's show not knowing what's going on and speak it down on the host. Respect the show. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
First time donating, just say Myron is a real one. Don't change for nobody. Yeah, fuck out of here, bro. We don't change. I don't even know who she is, so I don't care.
That's King Von girl. Like, you know who King Von is?
No, I know who King Von is, but
Okay,
I mean,
then you should know who his girl is.
I don't have to know who his girl is.
It's
I mean,
King
if you're a
Von
real
because
fan,
like,
to be honest.
hold on, the fact you said it's King Von's girl instead of it was her.
Yeah, that tells you
it-
right
like,
there
that
all
tells
you
you
need to know.
everything. It's
I
King
don't
Von,
know
bro.
who she is, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's King
artist,
Von, man.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
should be slighted.
R.I.P.
So,
Yeah.
all right, anything else? We
Good.
caught up? All right.
Cool.
With that said, guys, thank you for coming in, watching the show. We appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video on the way out.
All right. I'll say this, right? let me address. Let me address the incident first. By the way, I seen some people that were talking about this. The shade room, they're going crazy with this. Jesus Christ. Myron doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. Listen, he was a former federal agent. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He just chills, brother. Like, he just rock hard, super focused, bro. And like, like when when everybody's getting drunk and shit around him, he ain't drinking. He'll be there just taking notes to fucking counteract whatever the fuck shit you're talking about. That's just his thing. You get me? I think that could have been avoided, but I could tell that he was annoyed. And I watched the whole show. He was annoyed the whole show. He was annoyed. There was this girl in the pink, and then the girl right next to Asian doll. They were both just kind of just still at it the whole fucking time. It made it pretty much unlistenable the whole time. And I think, unfortunately, by the time Asian doll got there, he just had it. Now, obviously, I think everybody's reacting to it like, nigga, it was Asian doll. You know what I mean? If this was a random chick, I don't think nobody cares, right? But, and not like Asian doll is the biggest rapper, but, people looked at this like, at least this is someone we know. And, yeah, I thought it could have been avoided. Could have been avoided. But, man, when you that frustrated, maybe it couldn't be avoided. I don't know. I'll say this. And this is a real bigger picture. This is where Fresh and Fit got to figure what they want to do out now. You're at a fork in the road of success and notoriety. And I told him this very early on. Very, very early on. You're at a fork in the road of success and notoriety where if you want to keep growing and you want to appeal to the mainstream, you're going to have to water it down. Sorry. You're going to have to stop kicking out guests. You're going to have to really watch how you speak to certain individuals and certain women, or every woman actually, because it's going to be judged out of context every time. I gave them examples of me. Like, man, 2015, 2016, we super hard on thoughts. As more notoriety came and I realized people looked at my Twitch, which used to be like the little shit that nobody watched, and people were like really pressed on it. Yo, you either gonna have to chill out with that or you could double down. Now, I don't know if they're gonna double down. And here's the whole point with that. What's made them great, they're really popular within a niche. But that niche is not mainstream. It will never be mainstream for a shtick or anything else being wilding out on girls. Honestly. You feel me? Like, and by the way, even that's one of the reasons, like, even the whole thing with that girl, with the whole pull the gun out, whatever. Like, man, I didn't even want to speak on that type of shit. You know what I mean? Because I knew, despite, like, I went through the Chrissy Teigen thing. You can't really have a point. Like, my whole point with the Chrissy Teigen thing was, Shorty basically, she called me gay before. She posted a picture of me on 6ix9ine and called us gay. I'm Jamaican. She called me gay. Like, might have been 2 years later or whatever the fuck it was, or a year later. But, man, I was off the Henny one day, and I remembered that fucking comment. I fired back. Boom. That was, whoa. Everybody was like, nigga, we don't care what she did. Why did you? Whoa. Matter of fact, they took it to say, this ain't even about her. This is about you and women. And I said, huh? What about equality? What about this? I thought it was just like how she got at me. No. Learn the lesson. Do you know what I mean? It was basically one of those times I realized if you're going towards a certain realm, unfortunately, you gotta be a little bit pussyfied. And yeah, like, it sounds good in debate, like, yo, equality and yo, listen, we're just whatever. But you know what I mean? You're gonna get killed online. So the point where Fresh and Fit's at right now, their content is hugely popular with their niche. Their niche is dudes who want some type of entertainment or education or some type of value from watching how they deal with women and how their philosophy on women and dating and relationships are. And that's their niche, right? But they also like when anybody who's on the podcast or whatever, like kind of get like puts these chicks sometimes in a place. That ain't gonna be mainstream. So the fork in the road is this. If you want to just keep your niche and do what you want to do, you can't be bringing on mainstream guests. It's not going to work. It just can't work. You can't be niche and mainstream at the same time. If you're going towards mainstream, and Agent Doll ain't the biggest thing in the world, but she's in that black woman bubble, ratchet Twitter bubble. Trust me. And even though they might not fuck with her, they fuck with what she represents because she's a lot of these chicks. So this is the thing. If you're going towards mainstream, you got to do what Act did. Water it down. Or pivot. I stopped talking about like kind of like relationships. I used to talk about that a lot more. Remember we used to have chicks on here all the time. I stopped. I had to. If we were still doing the same 2016 fuckery, like in like 2020, say when the Chrissy Teigen thing happened, they go to ousted my ass. They would have got me out of here. You get what I mean? So I think they have to choose whether they're going to pick their audience. I think they have a solid core audience. Pick their solid core audience or chase the mainstream. Because if you chase the mainstream, there's a bigger growth there, but you're going to be up for cancellation anytime you say anything that's, quote unquote controversial. Now, I'm going to go to the Shade Room because the Shade Room been going off. And by the way, in terms of, again, just advice for like, Fresh and Fit is like, it's one of those things where it's like, yo, congratulations. You are now at the realm where you're important enough that you have to make that decision. You know what I mean? Before, usually like, you know what I mean? Like, usually when a creator's coming up, you go really left field or you go really extreme just trying to get a break. But afterwards, anytime you go extreme again, after you've made it, that shit is now judged differently. You know what I mean? Like people, like shit. You know all these people who do think pieces on the war in Chirac? Man, when that shit was going on, that shit was cracking. I never had nobody complain about that shit. You feel me? It was only after I made it. It's only after I made it, niggas was like, it's like they're trying to be like, wait, why is he here? And they did some Googles. What? The people mad at the war in Chirac never watched it while it was coming out. You know when they watched it? 2018? They didn't watch it back in 2013. Okay. What clips you had to tell me to watch? Listen.
Use that one, bro.
What about the black dating app called Black?
Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark. If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so last one, guys.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is the worst statement you could have. Yo, this is what I be trying to. I be telling Fresh. I'm like, Fresh, listen, niggas are allowed to have preferences, but you gotta watch how you. You're black. You gotta watch how you say it, nigga. By the way, I love my black queens. I love my, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Oh man.
Never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
Which are traits of feminine women? What's her gram?
What's Instagram?
Dude,
again?
you
got
are
a
like
lot
a
of love
fan
today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because like like most black girls are like annoying. How to put this? Ratchet, and they don't know how to like be
Carry
reserved.
themselves.
You're like the complete opposite.
You are
So
not the
props to you.
stereotype.
Yeah,
You are not the
You
stereotype.
are not the same. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so we'll give you that compliment too.
What's
It's
your
a pleasure.
Instagram?
It's Crystal Faye.
Which are traits of
Wait, when the fuck did they find these clips? And by the way, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got, and those are my boys. I'm gonna tell them the same thing I'm saying here. I'm telling them the same damn thing. Okay? I'm gonna tell them. Hold on a second. I'm gonna tell them. Y'all gotta pick between if y'all want to go. Y'all want to chase the mainstream route, because they're gonna kill you for all this shit, or because nobody even seen these clips before. Somebody said I'm lame for being their friend. Why do you think it's lame to be their friend? By the way, you have to understand, and look at this right here. See this chick right here? I just found out about her. Tasha K. Apparently, she about to like get on their ass or something. I don't know. Yeah. They should have stayed away. The quickest way to get canceled, like in reality, Fresh and Fit, me, most entertainers, we're not big enough to really get canceled, right? You know how you get there's different levels of cancellation. Like Kevin Spacey, that nigga's done. You heard me? Like fucking done. You know what I mean? Like Harvey Weinstein, fucking done, right? Even though he's in jail or something. Below that level, if you like a comedian or some shit like that, the quickest way to fucking get canceled is to talk about a black chick. Black women never fucking forget. Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta leave black women alone. You gotta watch what you say about them. You gotta leave them the fuck alone. I'm telling you that right now. Cause once Shade Room catches on to that shit, it is, bro, it's like they're unleashing the Aries, the Jadas, the Sweeties of the world on you. And it is, I'm telling you, dog. All right, hold on, my bad. So wait, hold on. I want to hear the reasons why y'all think I'm lame for hanging with him. Huh? Somebody said they ain't cancel Yak. Man, it's Kodak, man. Yo, it's Kodak. Kodak make another bot. And plus, everybody know that Kodak ain't all the way there. Like, it's Kodak, nigga. Why don't y'all fuck with him? I fuck with the gang. That's the gang. And not only because they're very nice to me. And by the way, you know, like, we've had discussions. You know, it's not like I'm just like, oh, I agree with everything they say. Shit, the dopest relationships are when you could be like, yo, man, you know you fucked up, right? Like, I would probably tell Fresh, like, yo, Fresh, though, why the fuck you gonna, like, no disrespect, but you gotta leave Asian Doll. It would have been better if I had Asian Doll on off the record than them having her on there. Here's the thing about rappers, and first of all, every rapper thinks they're the biggest shit ever, right? Or if they're gonna have Asian Doll, do it by herself. The mere fact she's on a panel, and then now you say like, yo, we don't really know you. That's the ego hit already. She's already feeling some type of way. Asian Doll isn't somebody who would be receptive towards the philosophies of a Fresh and Fit. Do you get what I mean? Like, bringing Asian Doll to the Fresh and Fit podcast is like bringing the City Girls there. Nigga, they're not going to be receptive. They don't want to hear what you got to say, nigga. If you know anything about them, they don't want to. What they live and what they preach is nothing what you're on. They preach women here, niggas there. That's Queen fucking Vaughn. You get what I mean? So it's like, if you bring her on a podcast about dating and relationships, you have to expect a train wreck. If I see Sweetie on Fresh and Fit, I'm expecting somebody to walk out. Somebody said, I'm making excuses for them. What do y'all mean? Why y'all making it seem like I'm ducking the conversation? All right, quick. This is what I'll do. All right, people. I'm on Discord. If you don't have Discord, spam the Discord link. Please join the Discord. We need to get to 10,000 people. We are lacking. Regardless, I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. I don't think I'm being biased. I think my assessment is accurate. They're just at a fork in the road. What do I think about them saying they don't like black women? I think I think the manner in how they said it is probably it comes off like, you know, like it's belittling, which is not cool. But I'm gonna be honest, and this is just the truth if you ask me. Not making excuses for them, but they're in Miami. Fresh. And I know people from the islands like Fresh that American black women they don't fuck with at all. And I'm speaking, this is where people take shit out of context, but I'm giving y'all the reality. If y'all know anybody from the islands, there's certain dudes from the islands you realize they come over here, they don't date no black women. And it's because it's a difference in culture sometimes. Now, maybe I'm just overanalyzing this, and maybe there's just sellouts as y'all just want me to oversimplify it and say. But I particularly think that he don't, well, it's either two things. He used to just fuck a lot of, like, white women tourists that came down to his country. I think he's from Barbados. Or I think, like, you know, they can't deal with, like, American black women. For whatever reason. Hey, who's in here? Did y'all just join this shit just to hear me breathe?
No, what's good, Ak?
Did you watch the clips?
Yeah, we watched the clips. We already talked about it in the server a bit ago, actually.
What do y'all feel about it?
Kyrie, if you want to start, like, you can go for it.
I think it's I mean, it's just the overall shit. The overall content is just going, like you said. It's like it's leading down a slippery slope. Like, you can't try to bring mainstream people on and don't expect.
Hey, I'm telling you this now. The manosphere, red pill, blue pill, green pill, matrix pill, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That is, it's a growing like, you know, like subculture, whatever, but it's not mainstream. And actually, the mainstream will never fuck with it. And also, it's popping right now because it's the direct answer for cancel culture, the Me Too movement. And what I mean, the answer is, like, usually something starts out as pretty altruistic and, like, you know, like pretty pure, like just like the Me Too movement. And it became, yo, if a nigga looks at you and licks his lips, that's rape culture. You get me? Like, they bring it so fucking far that people just start rebelling against something that actually has, you know, a real value to it, right? So the Me Too movement started out as, yo, basically giving a voice to people who been taken advantage of by powerful people, right? Okay, cool. A lot of people, Me Too, great. Then people just start abusing it. Me Too became, yo, listen, man, I don't even like how this nigga talk to me. Yo, I don't like this. Like, it just became weaponized to attack niggas. So all of a sudden, you get a bunch of men who have no voice outside of that movement. This new wave is the direct response to that. Also, I believe it lumps with the, like the OnlyFans culture and some other stuff where men who kind of are deprived of pussy are trying to figure out how to deal in the new marketplace. You get me? So you'll find a mix of them, right? So it's a mix of people trying to figure out how the hell do I, make myself valuable to a chick that could be fucking chicks because I'm not getting no pussy. I'm only paying for OnlyFans, right? And it's the dudes who they feel like women could do anything, but men don't have a voice, right? So it's both of them that think that's kind of like made this bubble. That's why when Kevin Samuels came out, everyone's looking at Kevin Samuels like, yo, go ahead, brother. Like he's saying the shit that we might think, but we can't say because we're going to get fired. Or
That's the thing right there, though. The thing is that their content is based on shit that no man can get away saying out loud. So what's you can't really have no real strong base when no man can really say the shit that you're saying on there or out loud.
Big,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's why I say you are then going to be niche. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Kevin Samuels will always be niche.
Yeah.
He only appeals to niggas who want to hear him talk to women a certain way. It's going to be niche. I'm sorry. You feel me? You'll never go to Kevin Samuels for general politics. What I mean by that, it's only a certain amount. Anytime that nigga trends, women are going to hate him. Anytime he trends, I've never seen women salute what he says. They're going to hate him. It's not going to come with, corporate sponsors and all the other things that come with getting a bigger platform. So it's always going to be niche. Now, there's nothing wrong with being niche because he's probably making bank by being niche. But once you've hit that ceiling, you got to be comfortable with you're going to be hitting your head constantly because there's nowhere to go. Now, I think Fresh and Fit is there too. They're pretty much there where they're hitting their head. Now, I think what they've done a good job of is trying to get people from other walks of life. Yo, here's this rapper. Yo, here's this comedian. Yo, here's this whatever. But here's the thing. When it bubbles into mainstream shit, it's never going to play out good for them. It's going to look just horrible.
I feel what you're saying.
That's agreeable. As long as you do conform to society's viewpoints, you can do well. But if you're not, it's not possible to get sponsors and uphold the echelon of marks where you want to go in your career, right?
Yeah,
niggas is disrespectful, and I feel like they're gonna be outside one day in Miami, and one of the Miami niggas is gonna put hands and feet on them because of the way that they be talking to the women, respectfully.
I don't know about that now. But
telling you, bro.
I think there's definitely gonna be doors that close on them because of the way that they be speaking. Like, it's unavoidable, I feel like, unless they course correct like really hard.
No, you
But
can't course correct though. It's too late. Once you start making that content.
I feel you, but it's at like this is okay. So what I'm saying is like on an optimistic viewpoint, right? You can course correct, give it enough time, and niggas don't have the strongest attention span when it comes to this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they will forget, right? But it's one of those things where it's just like they won't forget right now. They probably won't forget in a couple months from now. They probably won't forget for maybe even a year. But eventually, it stops being as ingrained into people's mind as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know much about Fresh and Fit's content or whatever until one of the boys here in the server introduced me to some of the other stuff that they do like for their YouTube channel or whatever. I didn't watch too deeply, but
Niggas
they
forget.
have more content.
Hey, yo, I seen somebody in the chat say, and they mentioned Kevin Samuels saying Shade Room tried to cancel. Well, and this is why I keep saying bubble. Like Kevin Samuels is in no way, shape, or form mainstream. Like if you look at Kevin Samuels, like even YouTube, like his YouTube since that whole people finding out about him, slow down. Like he ain't doing the same type of numbers. Again, the mainstream is not accepting of that. Like, you know what I mean? If you're trying to get, there's not a Rogan when it comes to like black podcasting, so it's hard to even say that. But if he's trying to get much bigger, The peak of Kevin Samuels was when he went first viral. Honestly,
Oh
that's
yeah,
just what it
100%.
is. You know what I mean?
We
Like,
could.
It's the ceiling.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
ceiling. You know what I mean?
We
And there won't be much corporate people running after him like, oh shit, whatever, because they don't want to be aligned with it. So it's like, hey, some people, and I don't think it's a bad idea, depending on what you do. Some people like being the big fish in a small pond.
We could say that the men, like, niggas forget, right? Yeah, niggas forget, bro. But women hold grudges, right?
That
So
is
with
fact.
that being said, bro, if we for once think that a girl, cause he they violated mad girls. I seen the clips. I didn't even realize that they violated so many girls on the show that lives in Miami, bro. So if we for once, and this is just real shit, fuck Miami, anywhere, New York, Chicago, Jersey, wherever. If we for once think that a girl that they disrespected isn't gonna feel some type of way 6, 7 months, even a year from now, from how they publicly violated them, or even fucking try to forget about that shit, we're fucking nuts, bro. They're gonna hold the grudge, bro. They're gonna remember that shit, bro. And
I
if they see
don't
them outside, bro, it's gonna be up.
I
But
don't
here's the thing,
disagree
though.
with that. I just disagree with the fact that like you were saying hands and feet, like niggas is doing that. You feel me? Like there's a
Bro,
difference between
girls will
these
line,
females
bro.
feeling some type of way versus like, all right, now they got whole niggas after them. That's
So
different, bro.
you don't
That's
think
a whole different
you have to
scale,
think
bro.
about it
you
like
don't
this.
think
You gotta
you
think
don't
about it like
think
this, right?
that the women that they disrespected got niggas that care about them?
I mean, yes, of course they got niggas that care about them, but like this is
Yeah, but
what I'm trying
they're
to
also
say is this: there's a
isolated.
level of escalation that you put in there where it's just like, all right, now we're going a little bit too hard. You get
Bro,
me?
it's not too hard. Yo, you
Listen. All
listen.
them people you're talking about,
Once
all
disrespect is
all
on the
those
line,
people
bro,
are
it's up
isolated.
from there, bro.
All those people are isolated. Like, it really took, right? It took, honestly, the internet for some real backlash. You got to realize them other girls, nobody knows them, right? So unless they have a brother or like a boyfriend, right, that probably wants to say something, and then what's the likelihood they're gonna run into them, and then like it's a lot of different factors that what you're talking about facts could actually happen. What I'm talking about is just like where it really bubbles down to, where you have the whole internet just like looking at them in a weird way. Now,
Facts.
I'll switch it to the comments about black women. What do y'all think
Okay.
about that? Because everybody kept saying, and then I want y'all to answer or ask, because people are saying they're thinking I'm like wrong for being friends with them. Like, what's wrong with these guys?
Boom. Dumb niggas, they not wrong for speaking their preference. It's really just the delivery. The delivery of it
Yeah.
is not for that platform. And like you said before, like if they trying to be bigger than they are, they're gonna have to stop pandering to incels and like, really shape up in that way.
Pattern to bitter men, right?
So
Facts.
so Ak, you know how we were just saying that like, oh, we actually just had this conversation in the server, right? So we went through the clips a couple times, right? And the way that most of us felt here was just like what they said wasn't even really that crazy, but the delivery was not tasteful. Like
The
it was
shit
just a bad
triggering.
delivery. Yeah,
The shit
exactly. Like
emotionally triggering. It's
Well,
not
another
wrong
thing
to
to point
say.
out though is like their content is based on black women coming up there, them getting them drunk. You can't get mad that people don't follow rules when the whole point of your podcast is bringing on women that you know are going to fall into this category for you to berate them. You know what I'm saying, constantly, and then get
How can you?
upset.
Yeah, no,
How
hold on.
long
Oh,
can you
by
bait
the
a
way,
room
yo,
full of 10
Kyrie, to that
bitches?
point,
How long can you?
Kyrie, to that point, like I do, especially after that, you see that girl who was like wilding out, whatever, the one with the gun, like she was off like probably like 20 different drugs. You know what I mean? Like she
Now,
shot it.
wait. Now,
So like I do think they got alcohol consumption gotta be checked. Gotta
not
check
yet.
these because
Now
again,
that goes into your next question though of why we think you shouldn't be around them niggas is because the shit that they doing. One, you said before that you was trying to get your brand away from the red pill shit, and like fucking with them is only gonna get you further with that
I
shit.
don't even know what
And
red
on
pill
top
means.
of
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that means. Like
you don't know what that means?
no,
On God?
Pill, you know what that
motherfucker.
means?
Bro, that sounds like some shit I seen a Morpheus movie though. Like, come on, man. Like red pill, bro.
Because
I
it
don't know
is.
what that means.
that's
That's
what
exactly
I don't
where
know
it's
what
from.
this is either.
Bro, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's
deal with life. I deal with
that's what they
life on
call
a
it.
very human level, brother. Like, there's no fucking secret formula
All
for
right.
this shit. Red pill. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
Like, I
All right,
get
hold
what
on.
it
Can you?
represents. It
spin
means
it.
like you're like awoken or something. But like,
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
the
the idea.
manosphere. We're gonna keep it simple. The manosphere.
Nah, it's
You're
different. It's
awoken to
that
the
different, but
manosphere,
it's
and
cool.
quote unquote
Hold on.
awoke. woken from woman nature. You know what I mean? Quote unquote.
No. So basically, what the red pill shit is for like the longest amount of yo, I'm echoing. What the fuck? Uh, so basically, what the red pill shit is from like all the shit that I've heard is that like, there's been these things that you've been told as a kid to like, oh, you gotta be chivalrous, you gotta spend, you gotta do X, Y, Z. You start to realize, quote unquote, that like this is all a ploy, you getting played, and this is some bullshit, and like these women don't really fuck with you for who you are. They just want the alpha Chad, blah blah blah, something something something. I don't care. But that's the quote unquote like rude awakening, and that's what red pill is. Then there's like the black pill where it's just like it's doomed, it's over, like it doesn't matter what you do, it's fucked.
You're
And then
too
like
deep into the rabbit hole.
exactly.
Per-
And then there's
person,
the manosphere where it's just like, all right, now you got a bunch of content creators that are trying to quote unquote educate young men into how they can achieve their um romantic, I guess, fucking shit. Like I don't fucking know.
Them
yo,
niggas is fucking lame.
Hey,
personally,
one thing
Yeah.
I'm confused
Act,
about
I
this
don't
whole thing
think that.
about, right? One thing I'm
Facts.
confused because when you know why women are coming on like shows like that, right? Or like for example, why would a girl want to be on a No Jumper, a Fresh and Fit, or pretty much any
Clout.
platform, right?
Clout.
Most
For
of these
clout.
chicks are selling OnlyFans, right? So these dudes who claim that they're whatever pill and they're supposed to be awoken, or you know what I mean, they're not gonna do what normally is whatever the fuck they're trying to say. They're the customers for the OnlyFans. Like the women cognizantly know it. It's like a trade off, and that's why I was saying, like, for the people who are saying women are gonna start like kind of feeling a certain way, it's a trade off. They go there. Like when I have girls on my platform, I don't. If you want to find them, you better have some type of facial recognition software. I'm not dropping their at names, all type of shit. Fuck that. These dudes, like, that's a trade-off. Yo, you come on here, you're going to get a little clout. You get me? I think they even recruit chicks by saying, when you come to the platform, you'll probably get like 1,000 followers. So it's a fair exchange. You come there, if you sell pussy or whatever the fuck you're selling on OnlyFans, you know that it's a bunch of dudes. They're probably going to check out your OnlyFans if you look good or whatever the case is. So I mean, the customers are the niggas that supposedly that's woke.
But going back to what you said, right? I don't think that you should stop being cool with them. Like, but publicly, like, don't be around that shit, because you know how this industry shit is. But I don't think that, like, those your niggas, right? But at least check them. I know you checking them in the background, like, yo, y'all niggas is wilding, like you said earlier, right? But publicly, I don't think that you and your brand should be around that shit, because you know that them niggas is bugging. You know that them niggas is on the verge of getting canceled. And you
And they were
know.
recording you when you had your incident on their show, and they were just recording it. Like that shit was cool. Like that shit's not cool, bro.
Well, I think they're also, it's a little bit of a wake up that not everything, they're very new to this. So like, I think for them, they're still looking at like, yo, well, we viral. Nah, this is not a good viral today.
Yeah,
Word
that's
to what
what
you wasn't
Yeah.
warning them about this though, Act.
Huh?
Word to what you wasn't warning them before.
Yeah.
I
No.
swear you could have said that before to them niggas. Like,
No, of course. Then I've said that, but you got